So I happen to live in the Charlotte, North Carolina region, and so we've been doing this show for what, maybe 8 years. At least once a year, we'll shoot videos around Charlotte. I think I know all the cars around here, and there's still more coming out of the woodwork. We met Phil at his house, and he showed us a couple of his babies, really nice cars. 66 Fairlane 390 and a very rare Barracuda convertible 4-speed air-conditioned, strange, wonderful combination. He said the cars we want to see haven't been moved in 25 years, and that's why we're all here, right? I was looking for cars in the North Carolina region because I live here, and so I called my friend Doug, and Doug said, yeah, I know some old cars around. Why don't you give Phil a call? So this is Phil. And thanks for meeting us at your old homestead. I mean, you grew up right over there.
Yep.
And these are all your kinfolk around here.
Yep.
And you have some old cars in this building, which I have not seen, but I'm waiting.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Let's go in.
Before we take a look at this dusty barn find, I want to mention, if you enjoy our YouTube videos and have been wondering how you can help support their creation, consider joining the Hagerty Drivers Club, which includes a subscription to Hagerty Magazine, unlimited access to our valuation tool, exclusive offers and rewards with reputable brands in the automotive industry, 24/7 roadside assistance with flatbed towing, early access and VIP perks to select Hagerty member events, and unlimited classified listings with no additional fees. We also offer a free 60-day trial. You can find the link in the description below.
So we're going to go up through here. Here's a 66 Ford pickup truck.
No kidding, short bed.
Now the story
Can
behind
I go up
that.
there?
Yeah. Don't hesitate to throw anything out of the way.
So is this pretty sound body on here?
Yeah, a little bit of rust behind the wheel on the left side.
Yeah, but man, this is metal. Wow.
The hood's got some rust on it, but I got a spare hood in here somewhere for it.
So what year is 66?
66.
F100.
My uncle that owned this building had a construction company, heavy equipment, and he bought it from Hilbush Ford.
Oh, local guys.
In 66. I was 14 years old.
Twin I-beam.
Yep. We went down to get it from Hilbush, and he didn't have a way of getting it home, so the gentleman down there said, can he drive? I said, yeah, I can drive. He said, let him drive it home. So I got to drive it home.
What a great truck. So this has been your family since new?
My uncle gave it to his foreman to drive, and when the foreman got another truck, he sold it to my dad. My dad sold it to me. I gave it back to my dad, and my dad gave it back to me.
Wow. So what motor's in here? Is it a Y block?
No, it's a little 6-cylinder 300.
600, okay.
And I got another 300 and transmission that's been rebuilt sitting over there somewhere.
You know, there are some people that swear that 306 Ford is better than a small V8.
Only problem with this one, something happened and it started getting water in it, and I was on the road with it, and I put ceramic block seal in it. So, and I drove it till I had to park it.
So how long has it been parked?
I parked it originally around 1996, and I hauled it down here in 2001, and it's been sitting ever since. I repainted it around 1992 for my father, and it's just been sitting ever since, all original.
Wow, that's a nice one. That's a nice. So what's your intention for this?
If I live long enough, I want this one back on the road. It'll never be fully, it'll be a driver.
Yeah, I get it, I get it. So it's a 3-speed on a column?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's got painted grill, painted bumper, so it's not the high end.
No, it's the low. It was a what they call now a construction truck.
Yeah. And is the bed in good shape?
Yeah, except for the left rear quarter, somebody backed into my dad, and it's got a little, the dent was fixed, but there's a little bit of rust back there.
You know how many viewers would like to own a truck like this? You know, it's the short beds that everybody wants, and they were pretty rare.
So now, if we're ready, we're gonna try to get over to the Barracuda.
Do you have a shower I can use afterwards?
I got a garden hose. We can make that work. I'll let you go in because two of us won't get in there.
Okay, I really dig this, and I appreciate you not cleaning anything off. I like that. you owned this Barracuda before you owned the convertible we saw at your house.
I've had that one since 1970. It's a 69. A young lady bought it from Widenhouse Motors in Concord in 1970 on a Saturday, I believe it was. It has no air conditioning, no power steering, no power brakes. She kept it to the following Friday and traded it for a Mustang.
What?
With air conditioning, power steering, power brakes. I was down there looking for a car. I saw her drive it in. I talked to the salesman and I said, I want that car. I was 18 years old. He knew my mom and dad. And so he just told the person that was getting ready to detail it, just take it and park it aside. And I bought it for $2,400 in 1970.
Well, how many miles on it?
Now 347, 367, 2 engines, 318s, automatic.
Now, how many miles were on it when you bought it?
Oh, less than 200 miles.
Ha! Gee, so you're not the original owner, but you're pretty darn close.
Yeah. She had it 5 days, 6
Now,
days.
what motor's in there?
318.
Automatic?
Yep.
And you drove it for years?
I parked this in about 2000. Yeah. In my former marriage, my wife wrecked it 3 Christmas Eves in a row at 5 o'clock at the same shopping center in Norfolk, Virginia, in the right front corner. Same 3 years in a row. I said, I'm parking it.
No wonder that marriage didn't last. Wow. So it's an automatic, 318. How many miles are on now, you figure?
It's either 347 or 367. I drove
100,000.
Yeah,
367,000 miles. Wow. Is the body in pretty good shape?
It stayed in Virginia Beach 22 years, so it's got sufficient
salty
cancer
air.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've had this since 70. Since 70. So we're going 53 years for $2,400. I'd say you did okay with that.
I got a good investment out of it.
And so what's your desire with this?
My lifetime dream would be to restore that car 100% to its original condition. I was going to do it when my mother passed away and found some unexpected debt that needed to be paid, so I paid that and the car sat. The car has had nothing done to it. My uncle that owned that Fairlane that lives next door, he had a guy here by the name of Edelman that widened the back wheels to 7.5 and widened the front to 6.5. That's all I could get under the front.
So that's the old stock car racing trick. They put a band in there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Neat car, man. I wish I could see the rest of it.
Well, we can move stuff off of it.
Oh no, that's okay. It would take all day. Is there another car in here?
Yeah, on the other side.
Oh, I see the building. I was going to say, if it's another car in here, you've got it hidden pretty well.
This is a 63 Fairlane 2-door post. I bought it to restore. It was running. It had the original paint on it. I was the 3rd owner. And I can't remember exactly what year I bought that, but it was in 2004, something like that. And I had a buddy that Doug and I both know that was a body man. And I talked to him about it, and so we decided to do something very foolish. I had the headliner tore out. I got the windshield. I got everything that goes with it. And it's had 3 coats of primer, was ready for the last coat. Found out he had cancer and he never came back to be able to finish it. And I bought that other Fairlane, so it's been sitting inside since 2003 or 4.
20 years.
This is the one I want to sell, yeah.
You want to sell this, really?
Yeah, I'll never do anything.
Was this a local car?
Yeah, local.
Really? What did you like these when you were a kid, when they were new?
I just like the body style. The hardtop was my favorite. A 63 or 62 Fairlane hardtop was a favorite car of mine. And it's a 221 or 231 Ford engine, I forgot which. They only made it for a couple of years. It was it was a 221. Yeah.
And they only made it for a short while till the 260 came out.
Yep.
And then they only made that for a short while till the 289 came out.
And you can't buy these parts for this engine in kits. You got to buy everything individually. So a buddy of mine gave me a 289 and I ended up giving it back to him because I knew I wasn't going to do anything with it.
So is that the motor right there for it?
The motor's still in it.
Oh, 221 is, okay.
Yeah, but I gave the 289 away. I got a 302 that could go with it.
So was this going to be a hot rod or a restoration?
I am totally original type guy.
Oh yeah?
What you saw in the other two,
Yep.
And this one, I would have loved to have had a 289 in it. But and now it's got a little bit of rust, nothing major on the rocker panels because it sat across in my mother's carport for years and leaves got under it.
Yeah. Okay.
But the body was, oh my God, it's solid. I've got all the parts for it. I've got all the screws labeled in containers as to where they go. When I took the panel off that goes between the tail lights on the back, the little aluminum panel, there was a brand new one still in the plastic behind the one on the outside. Brand smacking new.
Like it was a mistake?
Yeah.
Grabbed two?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was right behind it. I've got it on the other side. Brand smacking new.
So how did you find this car? Is it a friend told you about it?
A friend of mine that was a carpet guy, and he had the white with red interior hardtop.
Version of this? 63 Fairlane. Yeah, okay.
Gorgeous car. And he bought this somewhere and he drove it by one day, and I said, if you ever decide to sell that, I want it. And he drove it to the mountains, and he thinks he popped a ring in it. It was smoking pretty bad.
Yeah.
So he sold it to me.
So what color was this?
Sort of a mint green. There's really nothing you can see on it, but it was a light metallic green. Pretty car. In fact, I was going back with the original color.
So this, you've had it at a body shop before the
No, it was worked on right in this building right
here.
Yeah.
So the little bit of rust here and there has already been taken care of. It's primed. So somebody could just take this over and continue.
Well, I'm sure they'd find some little nicks along the way they wanted to take care of, but.
And you have tail lights, grill, bumpers.
I got everything, 100% car.
Wow, cool.
The molding is all in carpet tubes. I slid in carpet tubes and taped it off so it wouldn't get dented. So it's sitting in my garage up there you visited.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to try to work my way to the front. I don't think I've ever seen a 221. I've only read about them. So a little piece of Carroll Shelby trivia here. The 221 was the first generation of what Ford called their thin wall V8, and it was it was the first engine to get away from the Y blocks, the 352s or whatever. And so when Ford decided to help Shelby develop the Cobra, they sent them a 221 V8, and that's what was in the original Cobra. CSX 2000 was the original motor in there, was a 221. By the time he was going to present the car to Ford, look what I built, they had sent him a 260, and he put what was the more current motor in there. First 75 Cobras were built with 260 V8s, and then after that they were 289s. So it's got the old type generator. This is like a time capsule, boy, oh boy. Oh, it's a nice car. What would you ask for this?
I don't know at this point.
Because somebody watching the show might say, wow, that's exactly what I want. All right. Did you ever drive this car, by the way?
Oh, yeah, I drove it. Yeah, I never tagged it per se, but I drove it.
Phil, what I love hearing when somebody's opened the garage door is like this. I hope you're not disappointed. This is really dirty in here. That was music to my ears.
Great.
I love when people apologize before I even see it because I know it's a mess, and we love messes. So, I mean, we've seen your pretty cars. We know you're able to have pretty cars, and we've seen your projects. Pretty cool stuff. And you have a very eclectic taste, the Mopars and the Fords and family vehicles, that truck. Yeah. So really appreciate you allowing us to come into your life for a little while.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Happy hunting.